What is the most dangerous animal that has ever walked the earth? Not the lion, not the bear, but us. Yet, for nearly 99% of human history, we were nothing, a footnote on the menu. Our ancestors were absolutely badass, not in the Hollywood sense, but in raw, survival against all odds grit. For millions of years, we weren't the kings of the food chain. We were scavengers, opportunists, picking the scraps left behind by creatures like the mighty saber-toothed cat. We hid in the canopy, waiting for lions to finish their kills, and ran from the pack hunters, the hyenas. There was no glory in this, only survival. For millions of years, our greatest skill was not to fight, but to avoid the fight, to remain unseen. But survival alone wasn't enough. Over time, the slow, bloody grind of evolution took its toll, forcing new adaptations. Slowly, imperceptibly, humans began to shift from prey to predator. From the earliest days, we watched the pack, learned its weaknesses, and adapted to the darkness. The transition didn't happen overnight. It was a glacial climb, spanning millions of years. And with each step, the gap between our exposed skin and the predator's razor teeth grew smaller. The odds were long, but with patience and perseverance, we started to flip the script on fear itself. Then came the threshold, around 500,000 years ago. This is when the fundamental rule of the savanna was broken. Homo heidelbergensis, our distant relatives, were the first to consistently hunt large predators. Not just scavenge a few scraps, but face the lion's roar and walk toward it. Avoiding danger wasn't enough anymore. Humans began to systematically hunt bears, leopards, and even the fearsome hyenas that once owned the night. This was a declaration of war. This wasn't about survival anymore. This was the beginning of the predator becoming the hunted. What was the game changer? What made humans different from every other animal with claws and fangs? We didn't get bigger teeth, we got smarter. Several key advances came together, each one sharpening our ability to hunt and thrive. Fire mastery. Fire was the great equalizer. By 1M years ago, it allowed us to turn night into day, cook tough meat to fuel a bigger brain, and stand on the edge of the flame, watching the smaller predators back away. Distance weapons, the sconning and spears were the original cheat code. Thrown from 10 to 20 meters away, they made the lion's bite irrelevant. We eliminated the risk by eliminating the distance. Teamwork and communication. Lions hunt in prides, but we outorganized them. We had language, strategy, and the ability to coordinate a silent ambush over miles. Brain upgrades. Our enlarged prefrontal cortexes meant we could plan across generations. We ambushed prey, read tracks, and predicted the very movements of our enemies. We began outthinking the beasts that once merely outpaced us. Imagine this, 350,000 years ago. A clan of Homo sapiens tracks a massive cave lion, twice the size of a modern one. Instead of fear, they feel resolve. They don't run. They adapt. They light dry grass fires, walls of smoke and flame, to herd the lion into a narrow ravine. Spears fly not from one side, but three, creating a deadly triangle of impact. They finish it off with stone axes as it's pinned, its roar muffled by the dust. Then they butcher it right there, taking its claws as trophies, wearing them proudly. This wasn't just hunting, it was conquest. The ultimate bully had met the ultimate strategist. We were no longer the prey. We were the reckoning. For millions of years they ruled. Lions, hyenas, bears, beasts of immense size and raw, natural strength. But in just a few thousand years, we turned the tables. We didn't just survive. We thrived. We wrote a new chapter in the food chain, not with teeth and claws, but with cunning and coordinated violence. And we signed it with a spear. The true measure of a predator is not its size, but its intelligence.